What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Today, doing a wasianiverson VOD review because he played a comp that I am really interested in. This is a entirely new, I would say, reroll comp that has cropped up over the last few days. People started playing it. It's really big in China, from what I've heard. It's this kind of crazy Chinese tech, and wasianiverson played it in one of his games. He's already kind of team planning out, trying to figure out what the board is going to look like, figuring out what everything is. And I want to yap more about the comp, but honestly, I think we can just, see how stage one plays out here, and then once we get Augment, we can start talking a little bit more about the comp, because this is a little bit of preview, everything we're stats checking for here that wasianiverson is looking at. And there's also, interestingly enough, two different versions of this comp that you can play. So it can be one version, it can be another. We will talk about it. So we're going to hold on to a lot of this other stuff here and look at first Augment here. So branching out Patience of Virtue, Pocket Recombob. I think Wasian really does want to play towards a specific line, so I don't think he wants to take Pocket Recombob, and he could play anything here, but he's pretty excited to play towards this one version of the line, so he doesn't care that much about this. Branching out's solid enough, but I think Patience of Virtue is fantastic when you're playing some kind of reroll line, especially some kind of lost streak reroll line, because very often, spoiler alert, we are going to be playing around Crystal Gambit on this board. And so we actually are pretty happy with Patience of Virtue. Yeah, one of our best options here. Interestingly enough, we do see a Crystal Gambit unit in shop. And yeah, we are going to buy out our first shop here, which feels a little bit bad because obviously we're losing Patience of Virtue value. We're not being very patient here, but that's okay. Power up Ahri here. We do get this new power up, Stalking Dart here, if you guys haven't taken this yet. Every 10 mana, Ahri fires a Foxfire Dart towards our target, dealing 5% of her spells damage as magic damage. So it basically just gives her another kind of like small cast. He's really digging for blue buff here, ideally, because the idea is, as you get blue buff is the item, the single item that's going to give you the most mana gen. So you would prefer to pick that up and play towards that, which makes sense. And so now he's team planning out the board, and we kind of talk about, okay, like what are we actually going to be playing here? The idea is Crystal Gambit reroll, and come on, why do you have to do this, kitty? Why do you have to push everything off my desk? The idea is Crystal Gambit, and it's actually important here. Let me bring up a few things here, a few visual aids here. So one is the Crystal Gambit loot table here, because this is quite relevant. There's two pieces of it. One is the Crystal Gambit, lost streak loot table. If you get to 170 stacks, you can cash out 2 dupes and 3 costs, which is really nice towards accelerating you. If you're crazy and you cash out 350 stacks, you can get to this one, which is obviously like insane for playing any kind of 3-cost reroll. The more likely one is to hit to this. You can get to this by lost streaking stage 2 and some of stage 3, maybe even like end of stage 3, early stage 4. But overall, like this is a nice one that you can play towards very easily. But this is only half of the story. This, I would say, is not the most important piece of it. What I would say is the most important piece is the Crystal Gambit 5 rewards, because if you guys haven't played around Crystal Gambit 5 a lot, if you get to just the 8 kill cash out, this is 2 whole dupes. This is a huge cash out for any kind of reroll line. And what's insane is you can use this cash out to snowball to more Crystal Gambit 5 cash out rewards, stuff like Strategist Emblem, stuff like Component Anvils, 5 costs, Manamazane, which is the best artifact onto Ahri now that Ahri no longer has the ability to get Luden's Echo. If you just look for Orn items here, you see the Manamazane stats look fantastic. Dawncore look pretty good, DFG, and then the rest of these look okay enough. So this is the idea, is that you're playing around Crystal Gambit and getting to 5 Crystal Gambit, using the 3-cost reroll to spike you really hard, end of stage 3, early stage 4, sometimes even stage like mid stage 3, if you're rolling at like 3-2 to spike your board. Use the 5 Crystal Gambit rewards to get you to dupes, and then Crystal Gambit has some pretty nice inbuilt synergy. So you saw we threw, we have Swain obviously as a Crystal Gambit in there. Ahri fits nicely as Sork for Swain. You can play around Rel to fill out the traits really nicely and get Bastion and Star Guardian in there. There's also Neeko, who fills out really nicely as another Star Guardian and a Protector. There's also, we're not going to be able to see it this game, but there's the Mal's version of this comp as well. that plays around Mal's as a backliner because you have Prodigy in with the Syndra, and then you play around Mal's plus Cassante, you know, as your easy extra ins on this board. Gets you Protector, Wraithen, and Prodigy here. We do see a Swain for ourselves here, which is probably the best take we can get off Carousel here, because this gets us an early Crystal Gambit in. This is like ideal world. The bow is a little awkward because we were, you know, best case scenario, you get like, I don't know, tier or something like that. But you know, it's good enough here. You know, and we really want this Crystal Gambit in ASAP here, so we can start stacking towards, you know, potential 170 cash out. I mean, you can even go for the higher cash outs. The nice thing about a comp like this is, you know, you just need to hit your R3 Swain 3 and then you're good. You don't need like a ton of gold to push like, I don't know, fast 9 or anything like that. So if you hit your RE3 and your Swain 3, you are good to, you know, at that point, dude, I think I'm getting sick, man. My eyes are like watering. Once you hit your RE3 and your Swain 3, if you've cashed out like extra items, artifacts, all this kind of stuff, you're in an amazing spot. If you cash extra econ that allows you to hit there, I mean, you're in an amazing spot. The nice thing is just RE3, Swain 3, and then Neeko 3 as well, as if you can get there. It is just an immense power spike here. We rotate into the other Crystal Gambit guy. We might have actually been able to out-int him here because we inted pretty well here. And we do end up not fighting the other Crystal Gambit guy, and so we take our loss here. Our 5 loss, very good. Second Crystal Gambit loss here. We are very, you know, obviously going to go for a single double down, and we could even go for a double down here if he wants to. It's going to be maybe a little sketchy, but, you know, wasianiverson is not one that is afraid of taking a big risk if it means he is going to win the lobby. So we get our belt here. I guess could be Nashers, but then we have this tier open here. Our items get a little bit awkward here at this point, actually. I mean, you can make Shojin and just, like, live with it. You could also just make Starax, and, like, what would your items be if you made Starax? Like, Starax Crown Guard, and then hold the rest of these, and at least you have some Swain items at that point. I don't know. People love making Starax one of their tanks these days. Obviously, you can't make another GS. You do also have Void Staff as a slammable. All right, continuing to int here versus this other Crystal Gambit guy who didn't actually int very hard versus us. It's nice, actually, that we're Patience of Virtue, because, I mean, we're very incentivized to lose these fights anyway, so there's really, you know, not much that is incenting us to win here. We are certainly, I imagine, going to double down here, and then we get Augment here. Glamify sounds awful here. It's going to, you know, sell a Crystal Gambits, and then we're going to need to find them again. Rain and Gold, Econ. I think it's just big grab bag. We don't really need another Econ Augment in this spot. I think we're going to be, especially with Crystal Gambit, good enough Econ-wise, especially if we cash out that 170, or we'll see. We'll see what we actually cash here. Yep, roll twice. Oh, Tiny Team? This Augment has been nerfed pretty significantly, but you are going to play 3 Crystal here. Is it ever... I mean, the problem is... if you're playing, or you're going to play 5 Crystal and 2 Star Guardian, and then on level 8, you're going to play 3 Star Guardian. The problem is, it's pretty far, right? You're only going to get the value out of 2 on level 7. I think you probably still just take big grab bag here. Yeah, it's tough. It's really tempting to want to go for that. But I think Wei-Shan doesn't make the right decision here. Get another sword out of the orb, which is a little weird here. Yeah, kind of, I like JG, but then like I feel like I'm reforging sword here and making like Starax very likely. Reforged sword makes Starax. You could make it like a gargoyle or something. We're not playing super vertical bastion, so the extra arm Namara is not too bad here. I do think we're on pretty good pace to hit 170 if we want it here. We'll see if Wei-Shan does want to pick that up here, because I mean this seems like a very nice game plan, is lose the next 2, cash out 170, ideally get your dupes here. We do reforge that sword like we talked about, get some cloaks here. I don't know, I'm imagining that it's Starax here, but we'll see here. Starax, I mean Declaw, I would talk about in my last video, I feel like Declaw has gotten better and better over the past, I mean just this patch specifically, just because there's so much AP in the world. There's just not that many people defaulting AD. Soul Fighter, Star Guardian, bleh. I mean, who cares about it? Another loss here to 154, and so we are 1 loss away from 170 here. Going into Carousel here, really want our tier for our blue buff on Ahri. You could also take Ahri with Rod here. Yeah, he does pick up the Ahri with Rod here, just for... I mean, what actually is it going to be out of Rod? I'm not sure. You could make Morello, but then that kills your Starax. I doubt that you really want Archangels that much. So I'm very curious to see where he goes with it. All right, one more loss to take here. I mean, you could even just pre-level all the way up to level 7. He's gonna opt to, yeah, he is gonna, oh my God. I guess it's nice that I'm not using my light there, but that was just my light going down that she just knocked over. That's fine. It's like a cheap one off Amazon. That's all right here. But all right, one more loss here to get to 170. Okay, so we get the 170 cash out. The 210 is the next level here. 36 HP here. So I do think, yep, this must be our cash out here. We do actually get the 4-cost one, which is not ideal. So yeah, this is I mean, the upside is we do hit Ash, which is going to allow us to play 7 Crystal a lot faster. And oh my god, that's Ash 2 already. That is a wild level 7 roll down. We hit a lot of good stuff here. Do want to get all of our rolls out this round. And yeah, we finish our setup here with the Neeko 2, everything. Kitty, stop messing around with that. We are going to make... He thought about making Shojin here and then said, I think I can win this fight. He's not going to win this fight without it, though. Yeah, we kind of needed a slam here. I'm pretty shocked, actually, that he... I mean, I guess it's okay to lose this. I think he's just maybe a little bit dizzy here about what we actually want to build here. Because, I mean, I'm surprised he didn't even make some kind of like tank item in this spot. But okay, we're going to chill one more here. I mean, this is full greed, but it does allow us to get whatever we want here. We hit a red buff, which seems pretty reasonable, just to guarantee heal cut here. Throw that onto Ash. Going to make that Crown Guard and the Shojin and the Gargoyle. Okay, so ends up being a lot of the slams that we talked about here. Gonna roll here. So yeah, now we kind of I'm kind of shocked that he rolled this round because like we found Rel 2, sure, but like we're far away enough of hitting the rest of this stuff that we can't really hit that hard. All right, this is also interesting. So there's a Bastion Cog player, and that's one of the things you have to be careful about with this comp is obviously Bastion Cog is going to steal your Swains, but we're actually pretty far ahead of them in terms of econ. Take another loss down to 17, which is pretty scary, but we do have a lot of gold here. We might have to roll this round here for everything. All right. I mean, it's not this. I guess it's roll the dice as your default. It has to be. Radiant Refactor. Oh, we must. I mean, Radiant GS Ahri sounds good. You could actually take Giant and Mighty, but yeah, Radiant GS Ahri. There's another Ahri here, so we have to send it here. We're getting quite close here, so let's just send it to 0, and this Augment incentivizes you to do all your rolling in one round. We do find Seraphine here. He's not going to finish rolling here just yet, and is going to actually move the dart off, and then takes... He takes Mage here. Yeah, I think this makes a lot of sense. So basically says this stupid dart power up is really not doing all that much for us, especially now that we have a Radiant damage item. We don't need the damage to come from the dart. We need the damage to come from Ahri. We get our first 5 Crystal Gambit cash out here. And this is where the comp really thrives. We're going to open chest here, get a Jin 2, roll down here. Boom, there's Neeko 3, continue to roll. There's Ahri 3. We do have to sell off, I guess, the Seraph. Oh, he's going to say the Seraphine's better to play. So we're going to sell this off here. And we have spiked our board. Move items over to Neeko. Move power up over last second. And boom, Neeko power up. We have resistant again, and we are going to take that. All right, so we have hit our board here at 17 HP, 4-3. You know, normally you'd be pretty afraid. Normally you'd be like, oh, I'm 17 HP, 4-3. I'm 0 gold. This spot's pretty scary. But I think in wasianiverson's head, he's like, I have really good odds of actually winning this entire lobby here. Because we have all of the power of R3 and Neeko 3, which is an immense spike onto this board. It's huge here. But the crazier thing that we have on this board is 5 Crystal Gambit to start cashing us out augments every single, few kills. Remember, we cashed out, we just cashed out a strategist emblem. That is literally like a gold augment that we got. We just cashed out an item component. I mean, item component plus some gold, that's a silver augment. I like thinking about Crystal Gambit this way, is that every single one of these cash outs you're basically getting another augment. I mean, we have like 5 augments right now with the 2 cash outs that we have already, like probably a silver and a gold one. And if you get to those huge cash outs, right, those, deeper ones, the huge, ones where you can cash out like a Mana Zane or something, that's literally cashing out a prismatic tier augment, or, you could call Portable Forge, but it's Mana Zane and some gold. So it's really a prismatic tier augment that you're getting from these cash outs. And we just cashed out one that was kind of mediocre, some 4 cost, some gold. So I'd call that another silver augment. But still, I mean, you are in an amazing spot here. He's actually considering, he's like, ooh, is it too greedy to play 5 crystal here? Should I really try to get more Star Guardian on this board? But I think it's good enough here. I think you should be pretty happy. Also, just realized, like way earlier in the VOD, we would have actually had 3 Tiny Team in. So I guess he just doesn't like Tiny Team because Syndra is does double duty. She's a Crystal Gambit and and a Star Guardian. So you actually do have 3 Star Guardian on this board here. He is also, at this point, going to say, you know what, I've farmed enough stuff, and we're about to go into a stronger stage. So we're actually going to tech out of 5 Crystal Gambit here, and we're going to get into just more Star Guardian. We're rolling on 7 here, actually, to try to dig for the Swain, just because we think it's so important here. It's kind of interesting, because there's probably a lot of Swains out from the other Swain player. I'm a little surprised he commits so hard to this, but he is going to commit to it. And now he's going to level for Rise here, another strategist on the board. Really good just stats here. We're going to finish off Swain item, and then we have almost everything. We have basically everything we need here. Just yeah, Protector's Vow, I guess. Yeah, seems decent enough here. Oh, or Archangel Crown Guard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, good enough here. I'm gonna move. Oh, I see. Yeah, just triple item the Swain, duh. And then we just move this to backline onto Seraphine. I like it a lot. And then red buff goes onto the Janna because she spreads it quite well. She hits multiple targets with her ability. So 17 HP and a dream here from wasianiverson. But we've, like I said, we've gotten these huge cash outs. We've cashed out, you know, a component, a bunch of gold, a strat spat. And so wasianiverson, this is one of the hard things about this comp, is knowing like how much you need to greed 5 crystal, and then at what point you can actually pivot into just 3 crystal Gambit here. Because I mean, it's super easy to play 3. Obviously, these units, the Syndra, the Swain, and the Janna just fit really nicely onto the board. And even if you had like a Zyra down the line, I don't know, maybe you could get something else. Ooh, okay. He's looking for something better here onto Neeko, and he wanted to tech out a 5 Star Guardian so that he can't get Star Sailor here. Nowadays, you can get Star Guardian, Star Sailor if you have 4+ Star Guardians in. So he has to at least tech down a 3 to guarantee that doesn't hit it. Finds round 2 actually for his Neeko here, which is kind of an interesting one, but it is just some extra frontline here. I'm kind of surprised. I kind of liked Resistant better, but I think his call was that this is not a good Resistant lobby. Resistant is very lobby dependent, very good versus boards with very small amounts of damage, really bad versus big burst amounts of damage. And so if you look at a lot of this stuff, there's a Smolder, there's an Akali, a lot of this is big burst. And so the Resistance really not going to do all that much. So good call for Mr. Iverson here. He's going to look for another thing though, because yeah, I don't like round 2 that much. I mean, is ever just Unstoppable? Yeah, with Gargoyle, I'm down for this. I love an Unstoppable. Man, I remember when they nerfed Unstoppable was like, it was like 300 HP or like even more, and then they nerfed it and people are like, does Unstoppable suck? And it's still like one of the best. I mean, I was always an Unstoppable believer, by the way. I feel like just the amount of CC that you get and the fact that you guarantee that, you know, they are always taking aggro like onto the Neeko, whoever the Unstoppable unit is, I feel like is just so good. But yeah, top 4 locked in for wasianiverson here. Just, I mean, such a strong mid game after he hit everything. We were looking quite scary, and then we hit the Ahri, we hit the Neeko, and eventually the Swain, and you can see, I mean, this is 3-cost reroll. If you guys think back to like Caitlyn Jace, right? Those are the type of comps where if you're hitting on 3-cost reroll, you can cap out high enough to win lobbies very easily. And oftentimes your issue is, do you have enough gold to get there? And Crystal Gambit helps with that. And then not only does it give you the gold to get there, but it also gives you all this extra combat, right? I mean, imagine if we had cashed out the double dupes and we just had teleport to Swain 3, or imagine we had cashed out one of those giant cash outs and we had an extra like artifact here. I mean, the game would just be beyond over. So we're actually going to lose one of his rolls here to pick up the Rel here. He could have, I guess, locked it, because I imagine we are leveling next round, but I guess he preferred a random shop to 2 rerolls. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense, but I mean, maybe he just forgot about it for a round. All right, we have what I imagine is going to be the level up here. Yep, going to level up for the Poppy to get more Star Guardian onto this board here. Going to take the JG for Seraphine, and we are just capping quite high here. I mean, the board is looking great here. I mean, honestly, this Rise is really cool on the board, just as, you know, a strategist, and obviously the mentorship bonus is really good. And I mean, we have everything in that we care about here. We have some random Prodigy in, we have the Sork in for Ahri. I mean, yeah, we've got it all, honestly, in this spot here. And Ahri is just doing monstrous work here with this Mage. Mage also really solid on Ahri, just because she's single target, so the Mage damage is really, you know, just nice, allowing her to double cast on somebody. And also, Ahri likes getting those, you know, like overkill kills. And I mean, what allows you to overkill is Mage. You know, you do like, you know, 80% of summon HP with the first cast, and the second cast kills him. All right, roll down here. Oh, too slow, actually. Boomer APM from wasianiverson here, and he doesn't actually hit. I mean, that was a lot of gold to roll, and he had some free rerolls there. So, I mean, good of him to be able to roll everything, but the kid's getting a little old. wasianiverson, he graduated college, right? Just give it a few more years of TFT, Wasian, and you're gonna be like me. You're gonna have trouble doing all this power-up removering and doing everything. All right. I mean, at this point, the question is, do we win the game or not? There's a pretty stacked crew board, which is somebody who I think could certainly be scary for us. It's something that, you know, we have to be very careful with, you know, making sure that we don't get Jarvan ulted or anything, because this is a high cap board. They also have the Malphite hero augment, which is pretty scary as well here. We'd love to focus down the Malphite, but first we have to get through frontline here, and we do actually, yeah, I mean, the more I think about this, the more I think this is actually a really nice matchup for us, just because at any point, you know, once we get through the front line, I mean, just focus firing down the Malphite is so easy with just like one Ahri cast, boom, he's dead. Gonna take Adaptive Helm here, I imagine, just to get the... Oh, is he gonna move items over? I thought it was just... I guess he's wondering, is Adaptive better than any of these items? I was thinking you'd actually throw it onto the Janna here just to get her casting, but no, he's gonna make this swap over, just go the full tank items. Oh, wow, and then swap. He actually thinks Swain's a better tank here than Neeko. Interesting. Huh, I would think with 6 Starguarding in that Neeko would be better. But I mean, maybe he's just trying it out here. My assumption would be that Neeko's better just looking at the trait web here. But I mean, we do get Tankzilla, which is fantastic here. Swain does a lot of work here. Ahri, decent cast here. We get bet down to 3 HP. Gonna cash one more, just little small cash out here. And that's the other nice thing, is even when you go down to 3 crystals, you still get these little cash outs that are solid here. All right, just have to make sure that we do not get Akali'd here. We could do the anti-Akali positioning, which kind of looks like he's going for. Just gonna move his units over to the right there so that Akali can't ever... Yeah, he's actually gonna... Oh! Okay, is wasianiverson a beast, man? He put Ahri third row to try to bait for one anti-Akali and then swap to the other anti-Akali. Okay, this guy just might be a beast, man. I mean, that was crazy. The double anti-Akali, swap her to there to try to get the Akali player to position for it, and then swapped her to the other anti-Akali. I mean, this guy's just a beast, man. And a beautiful game played on this reroll line. So yeah, like I said, there's this version. There's also the Malzahar version. If you guys have played either version, let me know how it's gone. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. If this is your first Sub-Zero Arc video, then I mean, I hope you had a good time. If this is like your third or fourth one, you haven't subbed yet, I mean, technically, the YouTube algorithm will bring you to my channel anyway, but you should subscribe just as like a show of faith. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Also, follow my Twitch, my Metafy in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.